Hello, welcome to our live stream. Thank you very much for joining. This is the second half of our lesson about the topic finances. Mohammed, I see I'm waiting. I hope you're still here. Took me a couple seconds to download my files today. I don't know what's going on with that, but we are here and I hope the sound is good. And welcome to all 6 of you who've already joined. Thank you very much. Happy to have you here. I hope you're having a good day. And let's get to it. I have a nice little poll question waiting for us to kind of get things flowing nicely. Let me pop on over to here. And there we go. So our first poll question for today is what would you do with $1,000 right now? So I have a bunch of money. I give you $1,000. And what would you do with it? Would you A, save it, B, travel, C, shop, or D, give it to your family? What would you do with that money? Maybe there's something different that you would do with it. Maybe you need to fix your car. There's a lot of different options here. While I'm waiting for people to get in and get joined and comfortable and nice, comfortable here. I'm English with Jenn. As you can see, this is my account. I'm here every Wednesday to offer you a lesson. If you are looking to improve your English, if you're looking for a community in which to do it, every week I have a new topic. Like I said, our topic this week is finances. It's not the best topic for me because I am not good with money. So anyway, but we're doing it. And yeah, so if you're looking for a place, I looked online. I don't see a lot of people doing what I'm doing. We have idioms, phrasal verbs, vocabulary, conversation points, poll questions, as you see, that help you to be able to get into a topic, learn something, and then boof, the next week on to the next topic. I have been teaching English for probably nearly 30 years. So I kind of know what I'm doing, I think, to a certain degree. And I know that my method works. Even if you're just here typing, it really does help to build your confidence. So if you're looking to learn, I'm your lady. So let's see who's all joined. Hello, Lorena. Are you back? Hello, Michaela. Hello, Nick. Mohammed again. We have our first answers coming in. A mini vacation or a weekend for 1,000. Okay. Traveling. Where would y'all want to go? Where would you want to travel to with $1,000? Yes, back. Okay, back home. I hope you had a nice time. I hope my fellow countrymen were very kind to you. I hope that very much. Hi, Anna. Welcome to you, sweetie. Mohammed, you say A and D, save it and give it to your family. So maybe you can also elaborate a little bit more. So tell me more to elaborate on your decisions. If you're going to save it, do you have something specific in mind? Hello, Alessio, and you're saying B, travel. Where to? If you say travel, if you say C, to shop, what would you want to buy? And D, to give it to family, then yeah, I guess that's kind of understandable. There's not much to explain about that. But maybe there is. If you have anything else you would like to add, I would love to hear it. Any sort of elaboration. So if we elaborate on something, we explain something in more detail. Please elaborate. Please tell me more. I will type it in here, elaborate. And I'm still in all caps for whatever reason. And is that going to work? There we go. And let's see. Oops, sorry, Nick, I've just pinned your comment. Honestly, I don't have any idea yet. Okay, no worries. Hi, Leah, dear. B, to travel. Where to? Hey, Natalia. Hello, darling. What would you choose? Save it, travel, shop, give it to family. Talking about finances. This is our topic this week. And so just as a fun little warm up, B, to travel. All right, where are we going with $1,000? What would you like to see? I'm very excited because we booked a really cool trip today. So 1,000 euros is not going to cover that, but we're going to Istanbul. Hello, Omar. Welcome to you. How would you answer our first poll question? So we're going to Istanbul. This is at the end of October, and then we're flying to Uzbekistan. And so we'll go to Tashkent. Well, let me look at all my other options here. It was Tashkent. Where else? Samarkand. As you see, I have no idea. Chiva and Buka something or other. I will learn. Hold on. Here we go. Tashkent, Samarkand, Bukhara, and Chiva. So I am very, very excited. It will be a nice, exciting adventure. I would like to say to use it for traveling, but it's not enough money. I know, I hear you. So some of you, like Lorena, I think has said, or Michaela said, a weekend trip. So maybe it's like, a 1 day trip, a 2 day trip. Yeah. I would go to Barcelona because I've never seen Sagrada Familia and I would like to. Michaela, you have to see it. I had the good fortune of being able to go to Barcelona for the first time in 1999. And I've been there over the years multiple times to see the development. And that was really cool to have that option to now see. I think it's finished now. Or at least nearly finished. So yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's see, what else have we got? A mini seaside vacation, maybe in Sicily. Okay. I'm watching the Netflix series, no, not Netflix. I think it's Amazon, White Lotus, and it's set in Sicily. So it seems very interesting there. I don't know if anybody else has seen that show, White Lotus. It's very popular in the States. I have to save it. Okay, so Anna, you're not going to travel with it. You're going to save it. Nick's saying, tomorrow I will go and feed a stray dogs. I can go more places. I fell in love with a little dog in Myanmar. I would never invest. I would invest. Okay. Ha, ha, ha. Invest in what? You can invest in yourself. Maybe you take a language course, or maybe you decide to do the Korean thing and do a little cosmetic. It's investing in yourself. It is. Lots of different things. So Leah says, travel around my country. There are lots of beautiful places I haven't seen. I would invest, but I don't know in what. Yeah. Right? So I hear you. All right, so let's move on to our next question. And thank you everyone for your wonderful participation as always. And here's our first banner question of the day. There we go. So do you have a head for finance? So this is a nice term, a head for something. So meaning like you have the brains for it. You have the head for it. So do you have a head for finance? And what makes someone good with money? So whatever it is, I don't have. So definitely not. But I also wanted to point out while y'all are answering, is that you can say, do you have, or I have a head for finance. Pinocchio here. I have a head for numbers. Again, for me, lying. I have a head for languages. Again, big line. I have a head for strategy. I think so, to a certain extent. I have a head for details, meaning that you can deal with these things. You have a good idea of how certain things work. So just to take that little, I don't know if this is going to save here or if I'm going to be on the other side. I don't know. Anyway, a head for money, a head for numbers, a head for something. If you want to say, use this in a sentence, you're more than welcome to do so. If you have a head for something in particular. Also, what makes someone good with money? Then that's also something. I guess, yeah, let's see. Hey, Hitoko dear. I want to travel to Rome as I did with my friends and family from Rome on the Same tour bus. Wait, I want to travel to Rome as I made friends. As I made friends with a family. Okay, sorry. As I made friends with a family from Rome on the same tour bus. Oh, fun. Yes. I don't have a head for finance. I hate it. Yeah, me too. I'm the worst. Michaela does, though. So Michaela's got to help us out here. By reading books, there is an author called Napoleon Hill. Yeah, you wrote about him yesterday. He was an expert. Is he no longer with us? At finance, my advice is to read one of his books. Okay, I'm going to pop up your comment. So if anybody wants to read a book about finance, how to deal with money, what to do, Napoleon Hill, according to Muhammad, has written good books based on finance. I just read the book, The Psychology of Money, and it's all kind of like one of these things that's kind of logical. You should invest money early and let it compound. Don't touch it. Let it sit there. When things go down, don't panic. But yeah, well, I'm 53. I don't have any money. Compounding's not going to really work for me. I think I'm past that. So you young people out there, invest your money, don't touch it, and let it build and build and build. So, okay, I am not sure. I always divide my income to four savings. Okay, so save into four. Saving monthly expenses, mom's allowance, and unexpected events. Nice. Okay. So you take your money and you budget it and you divide it into different sort of pots, if you will. So that pot, that pot, that pot, and that pot. That seems good that you go about budgeting your money. That definitely makes someone good with money, or at least on the right path, budgeting your money. Definitely. Anybody else have anything else about what makes someone good with money? Or if you have a head for something, you can tell me. I would say, so budgeting money, what else? Not being someone who does impulse purchases, where you see something and you're like, I need it, I want it. So no impulse purchasing. Budget your money, use your money or spend your money wisely. Don't spend more than you have. Those kinds of things, like Leah does, save for a rainy day, which I do think is one of our idioms, or maybe it was yesterday. I don't know. Save for a rainy day. So to save in case one day things are not as good as they are today. All right, let's head on and learn some phrasal verbs that deal with finances. So let me remove that and add our next slide with some phrasal verbs. If you can think of any phrasal verbs that deal with finance, please go ahead and add them. And I am going to hop over to here and let's see what we've got. Okay, so here we go. To run out of, put aside, and 3, to live on. And we have A, to save money for later, B, to have no more, C, to survive using a certain amount of money. So which one would you say works best with to run out of? Which one works best? Okay, Natalia's already got the first answer in. All right, one she's saying is B. Who agrees with Natalia? What can you tell me? Who agrees with Natalia? One is B. Any other guesses or comments are coming in very slow today. Alessia's going with B. Let's get one more answer and then we'll go ahead and go through this kind of quickly. To run out of. Leah says B as well. Exactly. To have no more. You can run out of time, run out of money, run out of luck, run out of patience. You do all kinds, you can run out of all kinds of things. Okay, let's move on to number 2. Put aside. Natalia's going for A. Alessia's going for A. We have any other A's. Let's get one more answer in, and then let's see what to put aside means. To put aside. So far, we have A's. Lorena's going with A as well. Put aside A to save money for later. So put aside a little money for a rainy day. So just put that on the side, aside in this case. And last but not least, 3, live on is C, to survive using a certain amount of money. So that's what you do. So you, you live on to survive. Huh? What? I'm drawing live on to survive. Yes, okay, the money that you live on. So using it in that sort of context, exactly. So 3 is C, to live on using a certain amount of money, to survive. All right, so I have a question that I absolutely did not know the answer to. So this was new for me, this little expression. Let's see how many of you are far more in tune with financial issues than I am. Okay, what does BNPL mean? And Alessia, what do you have to say? Exactly, I am running out of patience with my daughter, I bet. Yes, that happens. Teen years are not so easy. You run out of patience. Exactly. Not exactly. I'm not my company's CEO, but I work for the administrative and financial sector. I'm not good to manage my finance because I have no money. Okay, same boat. But I bet if you had money, you'd be able to manage it better. Alessio, V2 sometimes with my daughter, run out of patience. You just don't have patience anymore. I'm running out of patience. Please leave me alone. Gotta say. All right, what does BNPL mean? Something to do with a financial term. What is it? BNPL, this nice little acronym. What do you think that it means? Aha, Lorena, look at you. Buy now and pay later, pay after, or pay later in this case. Exactly. So have you ever used this option to purchase something? And what are the pros and cons of this? So to buy it now, pay for it later. Have you used this? What do you think about it? And what is your experience? The good things, the bad things? I've used it. And it's dangerous because like I bought a dress for my daughter's graduation last March, the March before last. And I was like, I don't want to spend the money on this right now. And so I'm just, if I paid 10 euros a month or 100, I don't know how much it was. It was like 20 or 30. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't a lot, right? So it was like, if every month I pay a little and I do that for X amount of time, I will have the dress that I want, but I don't have to pay for it now. And so I thought that was a great thing, but every month, even if it was just a small amount of money, I'm like, I'm still paying for this dress. Ugh, I don't want to. It was annoying. So I tried to not do that very often, but usually like around Christmas or Easter or birthdays, then I will kind of go for that option just because it gives you the possibility of purchasing something where you don't have to pay the full price up front. Yeah. Unless you say, oh my God, no, it's so dangerous. It can be very dangerous. I think so. I think it offers you the chance of owning something up front. That's a nice thing, but it can be dangerous because you're like, well, I can do that with everything. I can do that with my furniture. I can do that with, a million different things. Oh, I want some new dishes. I'll just, buy some now and, buy it now and pay little installments every month. So I never I never buy something if I can't pay for it. It's a question of mentality, probably. Yes, definitely. And I try to limit doing that because it does, if psychologically it messes with you. And I'm a little afraid, to be quite honest, to ask my daughter if she does it, because she probably can do it. She's 21 now, so they probably offer her that. And she would be the first person to get herself into that snowball situation where you're paying, oh, it's only 10 euros a month. What? That's not a big deal, right? So I'm afraid I'm going to see her this weekend. I need to ask her if she's doing this. And I hope she says no. Hope. I used it when I was young, but never again. I don't want to be in debt. Yes, it's not a nice feeling somehow. And it kind of like you don't really enjoy the item so much because it's not yours, kind of. All right, so let's move on to some vocab words, which I'm curious to hear what you have to say. Probably a lot of these you already know, so we'll go through them kind of quickly. So in Argentina, people buy now and pay later because the salaries aren't enough to live. Then we have to use different kinds of payments and credit cards despite it being expensive. Yes. So, and I guess, Anna, maybe in your country, you also have to pay interest. But in Germany, they offer you a lot of times where you somehow don't pay interest. I don't know how that works. But yeah, so if you're adding interest onto it, not a good thing. I don't want to pay the interest for that. Right. It could make sense to do it for a business, to buy a house, sorry. I suggest avoid asking your daughter. I will ask her the day I leave, right? And then if I'm really annoyed with her, it doesn't color our entire weekend. I think that, yes, you've got a point there, Alessio. Thanks for the tip. I will have to wait till the end of our visit because I do want to know. I want her to understand the dangers. We have to pay interest. Okay. All right. So let me pull up our slide with vocab. And like I said, I think that a lot of these words are not going to be new for you. If they are, let me know which ones. But we've got several words here. And I need to hop over to here. Okay, there we go. So we have income. We have debt. And as a reminder for those of you who were not in the live stream yesterday, this word with a B is like many words in English that have a B at the end or in the middle. It's silent. We do not say it. I don't know why that B is there. English is crazy, but debt. Don't let anyone tell you anything different. It is debt. If you hear someone saying debt, they are out of depth. So, all right. Number 3, loan. 4, interest. 5, salary. 6, wage. And here are our definitions. We have A, money you earn regularly from a job. Usually paid monthly. B, money you owe. C, extra money you pay when you borrow or earn when you save. D, money you borrow and must pay back. E, total money you earn, for example, from a job. And F, money you earn from work, usually paid hourly or daily. I still can't believe you have a 21-year-old. I can't believe it, honestly. I have a 24-year-old son, believe that one. So I look up to my son, I'm like, you. All right, so everyone is saying E. Lorena saying E. Ranit, hello, dear. Didn't know you were here. Alessio and Leah, and hello, Yuki, to you too. Welcome on board. And so 1, income. E, the total money you earn from your job. So what's your income? My income that is the total amount that you earn. We talked about how pilots yesterday are like the 6th position from different jobs where people earn a lot of money. The 6th highest paid, I think that's better said. The 6th highest paid profession in the world is a pilot. Their income is very high. B, debt. Oops, B. I think I just gave you the answer. Number 2, debt. Ugh. Number 2, debt. What can you tell me? Now that I have all 16 of you here, if you don't mind, if you can like this live stream right now, that would be super cool. I don't know if it makes you leave the live stream. If it does, please don't. Yeah, if you can like it, that helps the algorithm to go, oh, this is a place where people are actually happy and enjoying themselves. Yoo-hoo. All right, so 2. Hello, Karina, sweetie. You're guessing B. Everyone is saying, oh, Natalia says A or D. I think D. We have a lot of B's. So those of you who said 2, hey, Mabel, dear, welcome to you as well. B, yes. So number 2, I kind of gave it away. Debt is B, money you owe. And for those, hey, Carmen, sweetie. So for those of you who are just joining, just because this is a word so many people screw up, debt is no B. So there is a B written in it, but it is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. It does not belong there. Debt, not debt. Debt, debt, like that. All right, moving on. Personal little thing for me. Number 3, loan. What can you tell me about number 3? What would you guess? So we've said 1 is E, 2 is B. Leah's going with 3 is D. Who agrees with Leah? Natalia does, and Yuki as well. Lorena. Okay. So 3 is D. You're absolutely right. A loan is 3. D is money you borrow and must pay back. And for our friends that have problems with L's, loan, loan. All right. Number 4, what can you tell me with the word interest? Which one works best with interest? Interest. Which is interesting because you have interest and homophone. So you have 2 words that actually you have 2 words built into one. I am interested in you and you can earn interest. All right. So yes, 3 was D. And let's see, Lorena's saying 4 is C. Leah's saying 4 is C. And so 1 was E, 2 was B, 3 was D, 4 we have people guessing is C. So could you explain what hide points are? Which I'm not sure what a hide points are and how I can help you to use them. I'm not sure what that is, Michaela. What are hide points? I have no idea what hide points are. Hide points. Could you explain what hide points are and how I can help you to use them? I'm not sure, dear. Can you please explain? 4, everyone is saying C, which you are absolutely correct. Interest is C. The extra money you pay when you borrow or when you save or when you really like something. I'm interested in it. And we've got 5s coming in. Exactly. Everyone is saying 5. Salary is A. The money you regularly earn from a job, usually paid monthly, right? So exactly, your salary. Exactly. Thanks, guys, for everyone guessing so nicely. That's awesome. And last but not least, we have the word wage. Wage. So that has to be F. So 6F, money you earn for work, usually paid hourly. So if you work at Starbucks, if you work at McDonald's, you probably earn an hourly rate. So you earn a wage, the money you get per hour, as opposed to when you have a job and you earn X amount of dollars, euros, yen, whatever, per year kind of thing, or that's paid monthly. Exactly. 6 is F. Perfect, guys. Okay, and Michaela, if you still have that question, you can either write me later about that or you can ask me again. I really didn't understand. I'm sorry, dear. Okay, so let's move on to some questions. They are near the comments section of YouTube, of your YouTube videos. Oh, I don't know. I have no idea. Could you maybe take a screenshot? So could you explain what, oh, hype, the hype. Yes. Oh, I should explain that to you. This is what I think. This is something new on YouTube where, thank you for asking, where you can hype someone's content. Meaning, like, if you like my video and you want to share it with friends or share it to the universe, you can click hype. I've not done it yet. And you can write a little comment, and then that shows people, I guess, to follow you. I'm not sure. I don't know 100%. It's a new feature, but it's hype, Hype. And yeah, and so that's a way to try to help people, to help channels like mine, for example, be shown to others in the YouTube universe. So yeah, thank you for asking about that. That's what I've understood. I've not tried it myself. I've not hyped anyone, so I don't know firsthand. But yeah, I think that that's what that is. Thanks for asking. All right, let's move on. I have some questions in regards to some of these vocabulary words, and we are on to slide number 4, and I think this is going to be okay. Let's see. Yes, don't need to move. All right, what are some common reasons that people take out loans? Yeah, thank you. What are some reasons? Have you ever taken out a loan? If so, for what? Why do people take out loans? And unfortunately, I don't have a list to scratch off. I love scratching off lists. But I can only think of really, like, 2 or 3 things, but surely there's a lot of things. Why do people choose to go to a bank and to try to get a loan? Let's stick with banks, not family members or friends. But why do people go to places to take out a loan? What can you tell me? And I'll ask the bot and see what it comes up with. Let's see how many we can come up with. Why do people take out loans? So what have we got? To buy a home, starting a business, buying shelter or a vehicle or something else, buying a home, it's very expensive. Yep. So of course, home and car is definitely number 1, usually for dental, for car, universe expensive. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, university. Yes, yes, yes. Student loans. Yes, definitely. So that you can study. Horrible problem in the United States because education is so expensive. For me, that's the first thing where my country is really not doing very well. I think education should be affordable for your citizens. You want to have an educated public. That it's so expensive in the United States, but I will step off of my soapbox and read your comments. Buying a new phone or a car, buying a house or for a new business. Take out means get. Exactly. Well, more, Good question, Atoko. I'm stumped. Take out is like to kind of, it's not really get in a way, but it kind of is get. I have to think of this one. You've got a good one. I'm going to pin this here. Give me a second to think about it. All right. So to buy my house for weddings, yeah, maybe if you live in a country where you have really big weddings, then you need to take out a loan, buy expensive things, which you would not want to pay for once. I can't read. I have the problem. I need to get curtains for this window here. I think that's what's affecting my lighting. And so, yeah, because like the sun goes down and everything gets weird, or when it's really sunny outside, then the lighting here looks like a Wes Anderson movie. So I need to get curtains and solve that problem once and for all. Let's see. So in the US, people take their loans for education and to buy a home or the car. Yes. Yeah. So I think we've covered it pretty nicely. Also take loans to, if you want to get rid of your debt. That seems like a bad idea to me somehow. I don't know. Maybe funerals. Maybe that's, so weddings, funerals, something like that. Maybe something unexpected happens to your house and you need a new roof or something like that. You might have to take out a loan. And let's see, and I'm going to look up a synonym for take out because I am drawing a blank. Take out, it equals what? Let's see what the bot says. In this context, take out, obtain, I think. That would be get too. Take out. Because in this case, you fill out forms and then you get it. So that's the part for me where it's not so much obtain and not so much get. Yeah, to obtain, to apply for and receive. Okay. Yeah, get, obtain. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your question. Usually I can answer them. Sometimes I can't. And I like it. We all learn together. All right, let's see. What else have you got for me? Take out a loan, I guess, is similar to use part of your salary. Yes, you will need to use that as well. I would like to earn from multiple sources, but the fact is that I earn just from one job. Aha. Okay. So I think that you are on to number 2. Thank you, Ranit. Do you earn income from one job or multiple sources? What can you tell me? Now I can read your comments much better. Now that the lighting has turned into Wes Anderson, the sun has come back out. Okay, so one job, multiple jobs. What is typical in your country? Do people usually have one salary? In the United States, it's horrible. So many people have multiple jobs and still cannot afford life there. I don't know what's going on with the American dream there, but yeah. So mostly from one job, okay? And like this comes into like a nice little term where people talk about having a side hustle. I don't know if you've heard this before, side hustle. And let me plop that into here. From one salary, I cannot work, so I don't earn any money. Okay, let me see if I can get this to click here. Why is that not working? Go, side hustle. All right, there we go. So same with you, Lorena. Okay, so a side hustle. This is the job that you have a normal job, or let's say a day-to-day job, and then you have an extra job on the side where you earn a little bit of extra cash. Yeah, so that could be your side hustle. To invest in, for example, in a machine that you can use it later in order to get money. Moonlighting. Yes, exactly. Nice word, Hitoko. All right, what have we got for number 3? In your opinion, what's the smartest way to manage debt? So what is the smartest way to do this, do you feel like, in your opinion? What can you tell me? I work one job and it is enough for me. Good. I'm happy for you that you have that situation. Making minimum payments on each debt, except the one with the highest interest rate. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds like you know your stuff. What else can you tell me? That might be a good idea to manage debt, maybe to not get into debt in the first place or to minimize it. Maybe sometimes you have to sacrifice. I see this sometimes like with I think more my daughter than my son, where she doesn't really understand that sometimes you have to not buy something so that you can do something else. So it's difficult. It's really difficult sometimes to get this into her head. I think it's a character thing because my son, he's very frugal. He saves his money. He doesn't spend it, but she's just like, woohoo. It's really hard to get her to save or to understand, don't get yourself into debt. Save for a rainy day. That's why I'm nervous, Alessio. So I'm very nervous to ask her that question about her BPNL or whatever it was. Buy now, pay later. Yeah, BNPL. Ask my mom. Uh-oh. All right. So let's see. So anybody else want to add anything here? If not, we will continue on to our next point. Let me see where we're headed. Let's move to a nice little banner, and I will remove this. Avoid new debt. Exactly. Try to avoid it. Just don't get into debt. It's easier said than done, though, I think. Yeah. Exactly. I would suggest to avoid having debt. If it is not possible, search minor interest rates for minor interest rates or lower interest rates, I guess. Some people have right of combining no right of combining different jobs, especially public workers. So Natalia, you mean that if you work if you work in a governmental office, if you're a public worker, then sometimes you're not allowed to have a second job, right? I think that's what you mean. I have been in debt, so I have no clue. Yeah, I'm sorry, darling. So let's see. Yes, some people have, right. Okay, yes, that's what you mean. Yeah, some jobs are like that, right? Where you can only have that one job and it's illegal to have another one, which seems a little unfair somehow, you know? Avoid wasting money to buy only something you really need. Yeah, you have needs versus wants. We have this, need and want, and they reverse each other. You have to ask yourself, do I need it or do I want it? Right? To be able to have that little devil inside your head, shh, I'm not going to go for it. Or yes, I am. So, all right, let's see. Let's move on to our banner question. And this is kind of like, talking about how we can save money, what we can think about with these kinds of things. Let's see what you have to say. So you want to go on vacation, but you only have $300, euros, whatever 300 is in your country, something the equivalent of that. So what would you do? Like, what will you do? You want to go on vacation. We had this example yesterday with Sam and Jake, I think, or Jake, I think it was. And he didn't have a lot of money. He wanted to go on vacation. It was not really wise of him, but he decided anyway at the end of the month to go on vacation anyway. So Leah has a cool solution, backpacking. Yeah, backpacking, maybe couch surfing. Try to find the cheapest way. I did this once where, I like to drive fast and I accidentally lost my license for 1 month. But in Germany, when you get your license taken away from you, you can decide. So I decided to get my license taken away in the summer. So I found this lady in Barcelona, and outside of Barcelona, and she wanted to learn English. So I taught her English for an hour every day, and she let me stay with her. So we exchanged that, and I did that for about 2.5, 3 weeks. And that was my way of traveling cheap. Having multiple jobs are not permitted in most major companies. Not in government jobs in Japan. Okay. But like, what if you're a sort of like an artist type, and you paint things and you create things? Could you have like a normal job in accounting and then go home and sew your way to paradise and sell those things? Would that be a possibility? So Gracie, I don't know if I've seen you today or not. I don't know. I'm running. I don't know. But hello again, maybe, and hello for the first time. I don't know. I will stay in contact with nature. That is free. Exactly. So backpacking, getting your like a tent and just camping. That could be an option. Buy a tent and stay off grid for a short time with minimal cost. That's a good idea. Not for me, but it's a good idea. Let's see. There are some trip groups that exchange accommodation. Yeah, exactly. Okay, Gracie, good. So I didn't mix that up. You just came. Jen, could you please remind me how to say when people have their own second job through a not declared business, like a side hustle? Is that what you mean? Like something on the side. I don't know exactly what you mean. I think you mean side hustle, or also, as Hitoko said, moonlighting is another way of saying that. Um, yeah, or they work under the table. Yeah, you get paid under the table. It's sort of like, it's not really legal. So that's another option. I don't know exactly what you mean. Please elaborate, dear Alessio. My friend was pet sitting in Malaysia, and it was a win-win situation for the family who left for a vacation. Cool. Y'all are coming up with really awesome ideas. Don't have a lot of money, but want to get away. Postpone the trip. I earn enough until I earn enough money for the trip. Another option. No trip, wait. Not my daughter. My daughter decides to go to Asia for 1 month with 400 euros. Yeah. So if I only had $300, I'd rather save it for another year and travel next year. Hear you, Karina. I don't go to the restaurant. Okay, don't go to restaurants and eat out. So start saving your money by budgeting things at home. Yeah, I think that's what you mean with that, Lorena. My coloring is changing all the time. It's so weird. I really need to get curtains. Let me add a little bit more light here, and then I can maybe see your comments a little bit better. Yes. Aye. All right, so let's move on. And where are we headed? Let me take a look and see. Let's move on to some idioms. And we had one of them. I've given you already one by accident. So you have one for free if you were here at the beginning of the lesson. This will be easy for you. All right. And I need to hop over to here. Okay, so let's see. I have a couple of comments. Yeah, under the table is the correct one. Okay. In Italy, there are massive amounts of people working under the table. Yeah, I think you have that a lot in like construction and things like that, where people don't really have a lot of transparency. Yeah. Okay, good. So I got it. Happy to help out. Gracie, for me, money is an inconvenience to travel. Wait, hold on. I'm going to try to move this light. When the light is right, I can see everyone. When it's not, it's kind of bad. So let's see if that helps. Yes. So for me, money is not an inconvenience to travel. I love to travel. So I appeal to my creative and okay. So you love traveling. So you would figure out a way to get creative and to negotiate your way around a trip. Got it. Vacation home swap is also an idea. Totally. Leah's already answering. In Argentina, 2 people work under the table. Okay. Thank you, Cecil. Silly. I can't read that. Welcome on board. All right. So money doesn't grow on trees. I tell my kids this all the time, especially my daughter. Money doesn't grow on trees. 2, a penny saved is a penny earned. 3, break the bank. And 4, save for a rainy day. We have A, set money aside for the future, for future emergencies or problems. B, something is too expensive. C, money is limited, so don't waste it. And D, saving money is just as important as earning it. So 1, money doesn't grow on trees. Well, does in this guy's picture, but I don't know where he bought that. I want one. So Alessio and Lorena are saying 1 is C. Do we have any other guesses? What can you tell me? 1 is C. I'm very faded now, but I can read your comment, so I'm not touching anything. All right, everyone's saying 1 is C. Money doesn't grow on trees. Money is limited, so don't waste it. Yes. Do you have this expression in your country or something similar? Money doesn't grow on trees. I would imagine this could be in other countries as well. I'm trying to think in German. I don't know this in German, unfortunately. I'm not sure. All right, number 2. What have we got for number 2? Thank you for your kind words. Two, Lorena is saying D. Leah's saying D. We do. Do you say trees as well, or do you say something different? Natalia in Moldova. Everyone's saying two is D. So I'm sure that it is. So let's just go for it. A penny saved is a penny earned. D. Money, yes, saving money is just as important as earning it. I said to my kids, I don't poo money. Yeah, you can say that too in English. Gracie. Yeah, what do you think? That I poop money? Definitely, you could totally say that. Indonesia, the same as well. It doesn't grow on trees. Cool. Yeah, in Italy, we have the same. Oh, here we go. So, I soli non, I can't read that. Crescono, sugli, albim. I can't really see it. Otherwise, my Italian would be so much better. Okay, let's see. Release on number 3. We also say money doesn't fall from the sky. Aha, okay. Yes, in Italy, we say the same. Very cool. I thought this would be one that, it just kind of makes sense that this is a multicultural one. Renate is saying that 3, break the bank, is A. Who agrees? 3 is B, he's saying. What else do we have? We have Leah saying 3 is B. Anyone else want to guess for 3, break the bank? What can you say? Thank you for your kind words. What can you say? 3, break the bank. Anyone else want to guess? Otherwise, I'll just, say it. So 3 is B. That is correct. Break the bank. Something is too expensive. Yeah, like, I can't buy that. That's going to break the bank. And 2 was D. Sorry, a penny saved is a penny earned. Saving money is just as important as earning it. So a penny saved is a penny earned. 3 is B, exactly. And Yuki is saying 4 is A. Who agrees with Yuki? I think that Renate agrees with Yuki. Yes, and Natalia as well. Exactly. Well, duh, it's the last one. Okay, so 4, save for a rainy day, set money aside for future emergencies or problems. You need to save for a rainy day. I say this to my daughter all the time. Save for a rainy day. Save your money. Don't buy the extra fast fashion, save your money. But doop, doop. So let's see. Where are we headed to? Okay, we're going to. Hello again. And here we go. We have our 4th banner of the day, which I'm really curious to hear what you have to say. So what did your parents tell you about finance? So did your parents ever say anything to you about money, about finance, about things like that? I bet Gracie, I bet your mom also told you that she doesn't poop money. My dad certainly did. So, these things come back to haunt us. What our parents said to us, we end up having to say. Okay, now that it's bright again, so I have to change the light. Yes, ma'am. So, okay. Or for the elderly. Okay. So what can you tell me? What did your parents tell you about finance, about money, about finance? Did they have any good advice, any bad advice? Did they tell you something where you totally disagree, where it just doesn't relate to today's day and age? It's now so bright. Our weather today is very menopausal. Woo and woo and ooh. It's all over the place. Be careful where you put your money. That's a good one. Definitely. Previous lighting is better. It just changes all the time because I need curtains. So yeah, sorry about that. It will, move in a minute. So anything else that you can think of? My dad was never really, I don't know. I can't think of anything that he really ever told me about money. He wasn't also very good at financial issues. So maybe if your parents are good, then they have something to say. My mother used to tell me to save money for rainy days. Okay. Save money, don't spend. But she also asks me for money. Well, I think you need to save your money for her. So let's see. My dad was an economist and took great care of money. That's why I'm overly spendy. So when you say spendy, do you mean that you spend a lot because you're doing the opposite, or you're more of a spend thrift where you don't spend so much? A spend thrift, that's also a nice word. I don't think we've ever had that. Oops, hold on. I need to type into here first. Oops, sorry about that. Let me move this. Spend thrift is when you like thrift store, like a place where you don't spend a lot of money. Thrift. Oops, sorry. Is that going to work? There we go. Spendthrift. Please explain. I'm a little curious, Karina. So don't trust the business that promises you high benefits. Okay. Avoid debt. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Okay, good. I like that idiom. I'm going to throw up your idiom. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Now, typically this idiom in English, we use it more for things that you do, but like you can mean this with financial terms as well. It's a little creative, but yeah, you could say that. You know, don't spend more than you earn. Don't bite off more than you can chew. All right. Don't waste money on expensive car. Did the opposite. See, right? We get the kids that we deserve. And save it for a rainy day. Exactly. All right. Anybody else have anything they would like to say? I know you say you can invest in something, but you have to analyze the risk. That's very wise. Don't put yourself at risk. Money is earned by working, right? It doesn't grow on trees. You got to earn it. It's not that you deserve it. You earn it. Something of that nature. All right, super. Sounds like you had a lot of good advice. Let's take a look at some phrasal verbs. I will remove our banner question. We have a second round of phrasal verbs. I had so many phrasal verbs for this lesson, and that's always a nice thing when we have a lot of information for something. Let's see. Okay, I think that says phrasal verbs. Number 6. Yes, let's try it and see. And I have to hop over to here. Let's see. Yes, okay, good. Let's see. With don't take loans. Yeah, and you explained that yesterday, that's culturally not okay in your country to do that, or religion, that is. I mean that it is not easy for me to take care of money or to save money. Ah, really? So you had all this education at home, but you find it personally difficult to save money. That happens too, right? Very much so. Okay, so number 1, to save up for something. 2, pay off. 3, cut back on. 4, take out money. And we have A, to finish paying a debt. No B. B, to keep money to buy something. C, to reduce spending. And D, to withdraw money from a bank or an ATM. So we have Natalia saying 1 is B. Renate is saying 1 is C. So we have a little competition going on. Let's see what we come up with. What will be the one? Okay, Kaluna is going with B. All right, what else? Kaluna, I think you just joined. I don't remember you being here earlier. Just going through the names. If so, welcome. 1 is B. Okay, so we have a B. I think maybe, yeah, 1 is B. To save up for is to keep money to buy something, to save up for a beautiful piece of jewelry, to save up for a car, to save up for a house. That's what you do. Exactly. All right, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for answering nicely. Thank you very much. Number 2, to pay off. Natalia's saying that 2 is A, to pay off something. I love this one. This one's good. No worries, darling. You know, I always say better late than never. I love having you show up. No stress. You get here when you can. Thank you for showing up. 2A, all right. Gracie's saying 2 is A. Alessia's saying 2 is A. So far, everyone's saying 2 is A. Yuki as well. And Renate and Lorena. So yes. 2 is A. Pay off, A, to finish paying a debt. Pay off the loan. Pay off the mortgage. Pay off your creditor or so. So that's a wonderful thing. What is it? Is it different meaning? Is it right? It has a different meaning. Is it right? Number 2, to pay off. It can be to bribe someone. You can pay someone off. Is that what you mean? To pay someone off? That can mean a bribe. Like if a policeman stops you over and you pay them off, that could, I don't know if that's what you mean. Help me out, please. So Michaela's saying 3 is C. Kaluna is saying C, to cut back on. Gracie, C. Any other answers? And then we will go through that real quick. Working hard always pays off. Yeah, exactly. It's another way. Exactly. Yeah, that you end up getting what you want. It pays off. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Alessio. I'm going to plop up. Oops, sorry, that's the wrong one. Sorry. So that people can see that. Yeah, there's something, it pays off. It pays off to work hard, meaning that you will get what you deserve because in the end for something. Yeah, super. Exactly. So yes, 3 is C. And let's see. So to cut back on, C, to reduce spending. So if you have $300 like we had earlier, then you might need to cut back on going to restaurants. You might need to cut back on online shopping, cut back on getting a coffee when you go to work. So cut back on so that you can reduce something. We might have had that one before. Number 4, last but not least, thank you, Miss Yuki, for keeping us on track. Take out money. To take out money is obviously D. So to withdraw money from a bank. Like, I have no cash. I need to take out some money. I need to take out money from the ATM. So that's how you can use that. Take out money. All right, I have a video and I'm going to try to figure out how on earth to share that. Let me go to the main screen. Thank you very much, Alessia, for the other usage of pay off. And let me see if I'm going to be able to add this. It might cut me away. I hope you'll still be able to hear me. But I want to show you a video of a couple and I would like for you to just kind of play along. Okay, maybe I clicked the wrong thing here. Hold on, cancel. Video file. Let's see if that's going to give it. Yes, no, maybe so. Here we go. Okay, so this is my video file to share with you, and you can kind of tell me what is going on with this couple. Okay, I just get very small. So what's going on with this couple? You can tell me anything you like. I will kind of be quiet and let you observe and see what you think. Okay, so I'll let it play again. You can write what's going on with a couple. What is the situation? What is the problem? Is there a problem? What can you tell me? What is your solution? What is your experience with something like this? I wish I could add some music or some sort of background sound somehow. I wonder if I could. Maybe I could. Next week, I'll try to add some background music to this. So situation, let me see if I can even make this larger. I can disappear. She spent too much money on the credit card, and he is angry looking at the card, so at the banks, at the statements. Yes, at the bank statements. Here, I'll write that in there. Or the credit card statements. So these papers that you get that document all of your spending, those are called your statements. They are arguing with each other over how to pay their debt. The couple is having a debate on their financial status. He's analyzing his wife's expenses. She's not having it, right? She's like, oh. discussing about bills, to put on with each, maybe to put up with each other's, or maybe brainstorming. Okay. So if they are trying to deal with each other, they're trying to put up with each other. That's a way of saying that. They are planning to get married. Yuki has a nice spin on this. Okay. So maybe they're going through a list of different things. And I want to see if I can make that bigger. Let me see if I can make, yes. Oh, no. I just made myself bigger. All right. So couple is doing an audit on their expenses, arguing because someone spent above their limit. All right. But they aren't old enough, but there isn't enough money to have a wedding ceremony. All right, Yuki? The couple is arguing about their wedding budget. Okay, so Leah, you're on to the wedding as well. They are evaluating quotes to buy furniture for their new house. Ooh, another twist and turn. This is why I love these. Y'all are always so creative. It's very cool. Hello, Vidar. Welcome to you. Welcome to our lesson. They are discussing about their travel, about their trip. Yes, maybe about their travel plans. They are discussing, and in this case, you wouldn't need about. They're discussing their travel plans. Cool. Yes. So maybe it's like that. And I find like finances is like one of the number one arguments you can have as a couple. It's the worst. It's the worst. Money, financing, budgeting, all of these things. Ugh, gross. So let's see. Let's move on to our next topic with talking about payments and paying for things and how these kinds of things work, how it works in your life and whatnot. So let's see. Let me find our next image. And I need to find my folder now because that has been moved. And here we go. 1 second, please. And there we go. And I need to hop over to here. The couple received a notice from the bank. Yeah, not a really pleasant one too. Discussing their financial issues. All right, cool. So we have here talking about payments. Okay. So I have number one. Do you prefer recurring? And I should have highlighted that word. Recurring. If any of you wants to help me out, you're more than welcome to define recurring. Auto pay or paying bills manually. So every month you get a paper bill and you go through it, you check it, and then you pay it. Probably online. Maybe you fill out something and take it to your bank. That would be manually. And sometimes you can have it so it's automated, it's recurring. It just happens again and again and again. How do you prefer to pay for your bills? So Mabel, they something planning to buy something expensive, and they are analyzing it. Okay. The video, you remind me, it was a wonderful book called Your Money, You're Married. It sounds interesting. Manually for me, okay. Auto pay, of course, from Nick. All right. Any other preferences? What have you got from me? So auto pay, or would you rather pay manually? Which one do you feel more comfortable with, and maybe why? I think some things like subscriptions, like, I have Canva, I have the StreamYard that I use. This is all every month. It just gets deducted from my account and I don't have to deal with it. So I kind of like that. Marriage type. Okay, it was a typo. Definitely automated payment. I kind of like the automated too. I'm too lazy. Things stack up. I don't open letters and then suddenly it's like it's overdue. So yeah, I'm too lazy. I like the automated thing. I prefer auto paid because I don't like you don't like having cash on you. Yes. Okay. I prefer paying them monthly because I can check them before the payment, or at least the amount. Michaela, do you sometimes find mistakes? Is that something that actually happens? Auto pay is better for me. Auto pay is easier for me. I am too lazy. Yeah, same, same. Too lazy. All right, number two, how do you usually split monthly payments with your roommate or with your family or with your spouse? So, spouse meaning your husband or your wife, or yeah. So, how do you usually deal with monthly payments? Maybe you live alone and you just pay everything. Maybe you live with a roommate and you say, okay, a 50-50, right? Or you could say something like, with my husband, I pay for utilities and he pays for the mortgage. Or maybe you don't separate it at all and one partner pays for everything. How does it work in your universe? My husband pays all the bills. Okay, Natalia says. All right. Other people have other, so pay manually. It kind of ensures you settle it personally without being worried because sometimes tech can't be trusted. Okay, that's a good argument as well. I live with my mom and she pays it all. All right, Nick, lucky you. Okay, what else do we have? Once I've received a bill for more than 1,000 euros for the water, and there was a mistake. Okay, so it pays to double check it. Live-in nanny never paid anything. Ooh, nice. My husband has to pay 100%. Okay, given time is the most valuable thing. I don't want to spend it on paying bills, maybe spending hours at the post office. Yes. Aha. So if you were to pay a bill, because in Germany, if I were to pay for something, they have these little forms that you can fill out, and then you fill out something, and then you put it into this box at the bank, so you don't have to send it in, fortunately. Sharing is caring. If you can give something, it's really appreciated. Are you married? Well, in spirit, yes. Literally, legally, no. I don't know what that has to do with finances, but okay. So let's see. I pay all the bills. Oops, hold on. We're going here fast now. Hold on. I pay all the bills for my daughter, my daughter's apartment, and my ex gives money to buy groceries and entertainment. Okay. All right. But that seems like, Gracie, you have a lot to deal with, though. 50-50. All right, Mabel. I also pay for the apartment, the repairs on the apartment. That's a lot of responsibility. I have two families. I pay for okay. And in this case, super mistake, Badar, because you would say, I have two families. I pay for both of them. All right. Now, if you had three families, you could say, I pay for all of them. You could say all of them, no problem. But if you want to be like a grammar snob, then you would say for both of them because you have two. When you have two of something, both of them. Super mistake. Two families. Wow. All right. So let's see. Manually doesn't mean that I go to the post office or the bank. With cash, I use the bank app. Okay, so but you're the one who inserts the information. Got it. Yeah, that's modern day manual, right? I don't separate payment. We don't separate payments. We pay everything from one wallet, right? So one bank account. All right. So in Italy, we have to queue at the post office or bank. Ugh, really? Okay, that's very old school. All right. I love your answer. Thank you, Alessio. Although my husband is the one working, I go to the bank and withdraw his allowance from his account and give it to him in an envelope. Really, I love that. This is your money, honey. Does he tell you thank you? Yeah, okay. Well, I'm in this situation too, where my partner supports my life. I haven't earned money since I think think it's like 2021. So trying to change that here on YouTube, trying to do that. Hype me, do whatever you need, please, please, please. But yeah, so I'm fortunate that I have a partner who supports me at the moment. So in a lot of the same boat as some of you here. Yes, this is the reason why it is better with AutoPay or bank app. Yes, understand. Same here, Lorena. Q for everything. All right. So let's see. Moving on to number 3, which I have to check and see. Do you have any recurring payments set, like subscriptions or bills? Let's not do that one. We've more or less done that. Very classic Hitoko. Really? Okay. So I guess Yuki and Hitoko, if I understand correctly, that in Japan, the wife will go to the bank and give the man money. So he doesn't have a debit card, or why does it work that way? I'm very curious, out of total respect, that why it works that way. Because Peter, he earns the money and he has his own bank card. He withdraws whatever money he needs. He gives me an allowance. So I have what I need. But yeah, so I'm curious to hear how or why it works that way. All right, let's move on to some financial goals. And we will slowly but surely end our lesson. We have another round of questions and a banner, and then I will share with you our homework challenge if you would like to do it. I still need to add the nice things that I encountered the other week. I forgot to add that to our comments section. So let's see, we're on slide number 8, financial goals. And here we go. Yeah, electricity, gas, car, taxes, mortgage. All right. So number 1, are you saving? What are you saving for? Or are you saving? Are you saving for right now? That should be, what are you? All right, English teacher. Yeah, English with Jen. 1, 2, 3. What are you saving for right now? Are you saving for anything right now? Should be what it says. If so, on what? What are you saving for? Goodness gracious. Are you saving money? If so, what for? That's the question. Whew. Okay, retirement. All right, you're saving for retirement. What else have we got? I have his bank, and I am trusted, I guess. A bank card and I'm trusted. Okay. Wow. So he doesn't get any money except for what you give to him. That's a system. I got to try to suggest that to Peter and see what he says. So, okay, interesting. It's really cool. I am saving to buy a new car. Okay, Renee, what kind of car do you want to get? Leah, where would you like to retire? Saving for a dream house, Kaluna, and business. What kind of business, Kaluna, would you like to start? I am saving for the education of my daughter. I am saving for traveling. Toko's saving for traveling and house renovation. We're saving for a trip. So for those of you who are saving for a trip, if you want to add a little bit more, you can tell me where to. I want to spend a year out. So when you say a year out, like a year traveling the world or a year not working, what do you mean exactly, Gracie, when you say a year out? What can you tell me? All right. And while some of you are maybe answering that follow-up question, let's move on to number 2. What's something that you bought recently that you planned for? So you saved up money and you bought it. And maybe recently is 3 years ago. It doesn't have to be yesterday. So what can you tell me? What is something that you recently saved for? Let's see. Japanese man is not good at saving money, so wife was in charge of saving money. I don't know really, not recently, I think. Okay, so that's kind of, but I find that very interesting. I find that very progressive that you have the women that are in control of the money. I mean, I think that's great. Yes, a year in Europe. Oh, Gracie, if you come to Hamburg, you have to come find me. All right. I am saving for a new house. Okay, cool. And then glad to have you on board. Good. You're now answering questions. That's very cool. A new car. All right. If you want to share what kind of car, you can let me know. I'm curious about Kaluna's business. Yes, me too. Kaluna, what kind of business? So anybody buy, so Natalia, you recently bought a new car, I think. I'm saving for traveling and buy a new car as well. So a lot of people want to buy a new car. I'm saving for emergencies, all right? And let's move on then slowly to number 3. What advice would you give someone who wants to start saving? Of course I will contact you. Oh, good. Yes. So you come to Hamburg, you have to contact me. I have to meet you for coffee somewhere. Yeah. So what is some advice? Somebody wants to start saving. How and where can they start? What's a good idea? Some basic strategies that one can come up with to start saving. What can you say? I think we said some earlier, like with not going for buying a coffee, making your coffee at home, making your lunch at home and stuff like that. But maybe like something I would add to that would be to just save a little amount, like just start with something, that it doesn't have to be, a big chunk of money from the beginning. It can be something that is kind of, not so much of your income, not going to cut into something. Cut down on unnecessary expenses. Exactly. Like not getting the coffee to go, having a cup of coffee at home, or making your cup of coffee to go at home, kind of thing. Anybody else want to add anything? Otherwise, we will end our last one with kind of a joke question, because I think this doesn't really exist. But maybe somebody has a good idea and we're all going to get rich. So let's see. All right. What is the best way to make money, a lot of money, quickly? What can we do? What's the best way to make a lot of money quickly? I don't know how much, but create a habit of saving. Yeah. Find the right bank and right investment. These are very solid tips. So, best way to make a lot of money quickly, and let's say legally. Set some safe investments where you deposit a certain amount of money and they will give you interest over time. Set up an automatic transfer, to separate savings accounts. Lorena, to win a lottery, definitely. Ask my mom, says Nick. All right. I've been looking for an app where I could take, let's say, the monthly allowance that Peter gives me, and I can budget it. And I could say that somehow it's linked to my bank. Nah, I don't think that works. Anyway, but like I would have an app. This is in my fantasy here. I have an app where I say that, let's say that Peter gives me 100 euros every month. Okay, it's more, thank goodness, but let's say it's 100, and I could say, okay, I want to spend 10 on clothing, 20 on my kids, 10 on health insurances. It's so that it tracks it, and when I have spent the 10 on clothing, it pings and says, you can't buy any more clothing. That's the kind of app I want, where it's like, where you can divide up the amount that you have, and it informs you when you've reached that limit, where you can see how much you can spend. That's what I would love. I need someone to baby me, I think. Be a politician. Money reigns. Yeah, totally. Number 5, Mission Impossible. I don't save for specific things. I'm trying to save money for the time when I find something I really need or want. Okay, that's nice too. When you don't have something specific in mind, but you still save for it. Natalia, to overthink the situation to think about the situation before making, before making an expensive purchase It is really necessary, or isn't it? Okay, so think about, is it really necessary or is it? And in this case here, Natalia, super mistake. When you overthink something, then you think way too much about it. So overthink is kind of a negative thing, but you really need to think about it. You need to think about it good and hard. You need to think about whether something is necessary or whether it's not necessary. So I love that mistake because it's an easy one to make. Overthink is negative. Like, I overthink, what my kids are doing. What's going on with them? Are they in the right path? Are they in the right direction? How can I help them? When you have these thoughts that are just constantly on your mind, you're overthinking, most likely. So thank you very much for that. Where are we? Natalia? Oh, no, that was Natalia. Sorry. Thank you, Natalia. We have an app like you want, and it's called Mercado de Pago. I need that. I need to learn Spanish first. Cut off unnecessary purchases. I think in my area in Saudi Arabia, buy land and then wait because wait time, even if its price raises, until its price raises, and when its price raises, then sell it. Yeah, that's a good idea. Definitely. There is no such thing as a trick to get a lot of money at once. Saving little by little every day is the only way. No trick. Well, I tried, Yuki. I tried for all of us. I thought maybe someone in our group would have that, but no. Okay. So let me share with you our homework assignment. We have several new people, it seems like, in our audience today. And so I love to offer a little homework assignment. So this live stream will be saved. And then you can come back and write in the comments section. I offer you several words that are from the lesson so that you have the opportunity to practice the language. So our words this week or phrases: live from paycheck to paycheck, cut back on, and income. So these are the words. You can either define them, you can write single sentences, or you can create a little story if you like. These are all options of what you can do. And I think this is a nice way to be able to come back and to kind of use the new words, use the language, think about the topic again. And yeah, so wrapping the bank, I'm not sure what that means. Okay, that was that. Okay, so sorry. I don't know. Oh, robbing. R-O-B. Yes. But that we said legal. That's not legal. So, all right. I thank you all very much for spending an hour and it looks like 26 minutes with me. Thank you so much for your time, for stopping in, for sharing your opinions, letting us know how things work in your family, in your culture. So I really appreciate our lessons. Next week, we will have another lesson. For those of you who are new, let me pop up my YouTube handle here. Go ahead and follow if you had fun. It's down below here. And I will see you next week. On Tuesday, I offer a quiz. For those of you who are new, you could take a look at the stuff that I've saved. I've created folders so you can just go through and binge watch. I highly recommend that. Yeah, but that's for selfish purposes mainly. So yeah, thank you very much for your time. I hope to see you soon. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Yeah, Kaluna, you're such a cheerleader. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Hitoku, you hung in there. See you next week, all of you. Bye-bye. Take care. And yeah, you nailed this topic even though you hate it. Thank you. Thank you, sweetie. And thank you. I love it when I get topics that I also don't know anything about, cannot relate to. So it's good. It's a good mental challenge. It's mental gymnastics. It's good for me. Take care, everyone. For those of you that are on vacation, I hope you're having a lovely time. For those of you who just came back from vacation, I hope you are not experiencing jet lag. And yeah, see you all soon. Take care.